The first thing you should do if you get lost in the wilderness is think of the word stop. S for stop, T for think, O for observe, and P for plan. Once you have your head together and a positive attitude, you should probably start thinking about either water or shelter. And every situation is different. If you're lost and it's getting late, it's getting dark, cold, maybe rainy, you might want to think first about a shelter. If it's early in the day and you have lots of time, you might want to start thinking about water first, find water, and then leave yourself plenty of time to build a shelter before dark. So this video is going to be about building a shelter, and it's going to be about building a debris hut, which you can build quickly and easily, and it's very well insulated and waterproof. A great place to spend the night. Just looking for a good spot to build the debris shelter. Don't want anything too low where it's going to get wet if it rains, puddle on the ground. This looks like a good spot right here. So here's a good ridgepole for the beam. And I found 2 sticks for the door jamb with a V in them. That will be the entryway. That'll be the entryway. So I got the main framework done. Now I'm going to put some leaves on the ground where I'm going to be sleeping. Now I just want to find a bunch of sticks. Don't have to be perfectly straight or anything, but that'll be the framework to put the leaves on. That should do it for the framework. Now I'm going to gather a bunch of leaves and cover this with leaves as thick as possible. The more the better. Stay a lot more insulated. If I had a rake with me, this would be much easier, but I'm going to do it as if I was in a survival situation with no tools at hand. And I am timing it to see how long the whole process takes. So after a little over an hour's work, this is what I got so far, but I still got more leaves to add. The more the better for insulation. I'll have a couple feet thick maybe. All right, after an hour and 15 minutes work, that's what it's looking like. Now I got to work on the doorway, get that where I can get it sealed up. But other than that, it's looking pretty good. I'm going to add a few more leaves, yeah. All right, there it is, just about finished. It took me an hour and a half to gather all the sticks to make the framework, put all the leaves on, all by hand, no tools. So that's not too bad, an hour and a half. I got a bunch of leaves inside on the floor to keep me warm. And then the final chapter of this thing is when I go to bed, I'm going to put some sticks in here, have a bunch of leaves outside, and just cover it up, seal it up for the night. So hopefully I stay toasty and warm. There's the inside, pretty pitch black, no light getting through. And very camouflaged, but I put the end on this log so I had a little more room for my feet, a little more height. That's the reason I did that. I'm gonna crawl in. My feet are about to the back, so this is about the perfect length. And I got a nice bed of leaves. It's actually, I can tell it's warmer in here than it is outside. So I think it's going to be pretty comfortable for the night. Yeah, and then I'll put these sticks in front and then cover it with leaves before I go to bed to block the entrance from losing heat. So here's the finished product. I have a bunch of leaves inside that should keep me insulated and warm, and maybe not quite 2 feet of these on the outside. I may add a few more, but I think it's just about done, and I'm going to spend the night in there tonight. Should be in the 20s.